Hey my lovelies, this is Matulu, and I trust that you are well. It's been a while, hasn't it? Anyway, here you are seeing me prepare what is known as pot liquor. This is my version. I'm working with some herbs and some greens that I enjoy. You can work with any that you enjoy. Now here you see me unboxing the Salad Master. This is the pot I'm going to use to prepare my pot liquor in. I'm just sanitizing it with some white vinegar and some water, and then I'll wash it down with some washing up liquid. The reason why I'm showing you the process of the Salad Master unboxing is because I want you to see how beautiful it is, really and truly, you know. The Salad Master is made from 100% titanium, stainless steel. It's really good to cook your soups and stews and broths, your steamed vegetables or your steamed grains and seeds. So to begin with, you saw me working with the dark leafy greens, and now here I'm preparing my kombucha squash, also known as Jamaican pumpkin. It's sweet and it's a wonderful alternative to your regular carrots. Here I'm just seasoning my pot with some wild garlic root, some Celtic sea salt. Now, the wild garlic root, sorry, as I'm talking to you, I'm actually enjoying some pot liquor. Hello. The wild garlic root is also known as wild ramson. You can get the leaf or you can get the root. Now, the root is way more expensive when it's not in season and it's dried. The fresh leaf, you can get it dried, but it doesn't really taste like the common garlic, whereas the wild garlic root has more of a traditional common garlic taste, hence why I'm working with that. Now you can just see me throwing everything in the pot, lovely. Like, I worked with fresh parsley, turnip greens, fresh coriander, and I think that was it. But a lot of it is called for when you are making a pot liquor, because when you are steaming down the soup, it's the broth that is going to nourish you and give you the essential minerals that you need, the vital minerals that you need, such as the calcium and the iron and the manganese, vitamin K. This is what we're working with here. The purpose of me wanting to prepare this was literally just because I just wanted to strengthen my abode. I wanted to feel stronger within myself, and I had a lot of greens on hand and I didn't want to juice all of them. So I did some research and found out about the pot liquor. Now, the pot liquor is amazing to me. The whole story of it, the process of it, to me, it just shows the resilience and the intelligence, the super intelligence, mind you, that we have. And we are able to access, activate, and recreate no matter where we are on planet Earth. And I just love the story that comes with the recipe of the pot liquor. Our ancestors within the South region of the Americas, and them being able to, within the Southern region, I should say, of the Americas, and with them being able to make do with what they had on hand and still be able to raise and nurture strong people within their families. Our beloved ones would serve the pot liquor with some cornbread to kind of sop up all of that liquor, right? That broth water, just to give them more strength for the following day. How beautiful. So, this pot liquor right here, lovely, when I tasted it, I said, you know, like when you taste a friend saying, the special potion, and you're like, and you start shaking, you know, like in Nollywood where you start rocking back and forth. Wow. That's exactly, no caps, no caps. That's exactly how I felt. I was like, okay, this is something. And it was my first time creating it. So as I'm creating it for myself here on video, it's literally the first time I've ever created my own version of pot liquor. Now, I added some Scotch bonnet, some habanero, sorry, not Scotch bonnet. I also added some figs, dried figs that is, just because I had it on hand. And I also added a couple dried dates with the blend of the scallion, the wild garlic root, even though it was dried, shitloads, and I mean shitloads of dried thyme, because that's all I had on hand at the time. Work with fresh thyme. The dried thyme, thankfully, hallelujah, the dried thyme that I had, It was exquisite. It's the first time I've ever tasted dried thyme and not felt cheated in life. Okay, so but most definitely work with fresh thyme if you have it. Dried thyme, for the most part, is a scam. All right now, but the one that I had on hand, oh yes, it was extremely potent still, medicinal, fragrant. It was beautiful. I've never had dried thyme. Anyway, I'm banging on. I'm doing the most. So anyway, working with the elements of some dried fruit within the pot liquor just helped to create a balance in flavor with the spiciness, the saltiness, the umami-ness coming from the maitake mushrooms, and just the sweetness coming from the pumpkin as well, and the richness. It was amazing. And the good thing about the greens that I chose were they were not bitter. I didn't want to add any fresh dandelion or anything like that because I really wanted the soup to be enjoyable, not just by myself, but by my baby, which he did enjoy. So with the pot liquor, you don't have to throw away the provisions. You know, it's wise for you to enjoy the provisions in a cup or a mug or a bowl. Here you see me adding a bit of, you see me adding some coconut aminos. Like I was just seasoning the pot as I go along. Yeah, hello. It was quite an enjoyable experience to create it, and it was very much an enjoyable experience once it was prepared. I added some dried lion's mane just for texture. The reason why I added the dried, because I had fresh on hand, is because first and foremost, I wanted to use it. Most importantly, I wanted the medicinal properties from the lion's mane. Again, I wanted to just feel good mentally. And this pot liquor right here is definitely something that I would advise for you to recreate if you are in postpartum, if you're dealing with any form of sadness, grief, any moments that call for when you feel extremely vulnerable. This is a wonderful broth or soup to sip on, to also enjoy the provisions that you add to it, such as the lion's mane and the pumpkin, and even to suck on some of the dates. The dates are really good because they're rich in iron and folate and also calcium and biotin too. So hello to the hair growth. Hello. As you go on and you think about, okay, how can should I follow Matulu's exact recipe here, or is it okay for me to venture off and try some other ingredients? I encourage you to. I encourage you to work with what I have here, and I encourage you to make other forms of pot liquors that don't necessarily look like this. Create your own. Call for ingredients that you have an affinity for and work with them in abundance. The point to the pot liquor, in my opinion, is concentration of dark leafy greens, herbs and spices. Everything else can just be an addition to just create something that you enjoy in terms of just your palate, right? Have fun with it. But definitely stick to the foundation of this is nourishing. This is my nourishment for myself or for my family. You can definitely create this if you are experiencing a cold, flu symptoms, if you are transitioning off a liquid fast or of a raw foods fast or anything like that. If you are in a colder region, definitely. I mean, when I made this, it was definitely hot, but I was still able to enjoy it and find comfort in that. I was under the AC, so there was a balance there. I encourage you to work with pot liquor on a weekly basis. If you're pregnant, breastfeeding, this right here, hello, this right here is for you. This is nourishment in a cup, nourishment in a bowl, and I trust that it will serve you and your family extremely well. So my lovelies, my baby is avoiding the greens, and I only put it in his soup. I knew he would, but I put it in the soup because I want him to get used to seeing it in his food. When it's grounded up, when we do like, our traditional West African stews, he eats it, he can't see it really. But in a soup like this, he's hyper vigilant and he avoids it. Now, the beauty about this pot liquor soup is that all the nutrients are in the broth. In the broth. So sip away, sweetheart. I don't mind you avoiding the vegetables because right now it's just fiber we're dealing with. Everything, all the minerals, the nutrients are
It's
in the
mine.
broth.
It's
Oh, okay,
mine.
sorry. Yes.